Welcome to the tutorial for the Future Dreams knitted flower. To make your flower you will need one ball of the Future Dreams yarn from West Yorkshire Spinners, one pair of 4mm knitting needles, one small pair of scissors and a tapestry needle. The pattern for this flower is printed on the reverse of the ball band and it's also available to download from the West Yorkshire Spinners website. So let's get started. I'm going to start by making a slip knot and I'm going to cast on 168 stitches. So I've made my slip knot. I'm going to pop that onto my knitting needle and I'm going to cast on. Now I'm using a one needle cast on method, but you can use any cast on method that you're comfortable with. So just begin to cast on your stitches and continue to cast on until you have 168 stitches on your needle. So if you continue, then I will meet you back here to show you the next step. Now I have 168 stitches on my needle. The next step is to do 3 rows of plain knit. So just a simple knit stitch all along all of the stitches, all 168 stitches are knit for the next 3 rows. So just continue for the next 3 rows and I'll meet you at the next stage to show you the next step. So you can see our 3 rows of knit very clearly, and the next step will be to do 3 rows of stocking stitch. So we're going to start with a row of purl. So we're just going to purl all across 168 stitches for the next row. We will then do a row of knit and a row of purl, and these 3 rows will form a section of stocking stitch. So a row of purl, row of knit, row of purl, and I will meet you back at this point to show you the next stage, which will be our twist. So we've just completed our 3 rows of stocking stitch, so you can see the difference between the first 3 rows of knit and the next 3 rows of stocking stitch. So now we're going to do our twist, which gives us the edge of our petal. So I'm going to knit the first 6 stitches. It's plain knit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to drop the left hand needle back towards the back of the work and bring it up the front of the work, and this creates our twist. I'll repeat, knit the next 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop the needle, the left hand needle towards the back of the work and bring it back up the front of the work, creating a nice twist. Repeat 6 stitches with knit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop the left hand needle to the back and bring it up the front of the work and create a twist. So you can see you're getting that lovely twist every 6 stitches. So you will continue to do this pattern, creating a twist after every 6 stitches until you reach the end of the row. So when we reach the end of that row, you can see our twist every 6 stitches, which gives us our nice petal edge. Turn our work, and the next row is just a simple row of purl. So we're going to purl right across all of the 168 stitches. Just a very straightforward, simple row of purl stitches. Now we've just finished our row of pearl. We have the right side facing, and we are just going to start to make a decrease. So we're going to knit 2 stitches together. So we're going to knit 2 together all the way along this row. So we will be decreasing from 168 stitches down to 84 stitches. So just knit 2 together all along until you are left with 84 stitches remaining on your needle. So you can see how we've decreased on that side, and now we have the wrong side facing. We're going to continue to decrease by purling 2 stitches together all along this row. So we just purl 2 together and continue to purl 2 together. So we will now decrease from 84 stitches to 42 stitches. So just keep continuing to purl 2 together all the way along the row until you have 42 stitches remaining on your needle. Carry on with this and I will meet you back to show you the final step. So you can see we have the last 42 stitches remaining on our needle. With the right side of the work facing us, we're going to just cast off. So just very simply cast off all of the remaining 42 stitches all the way along, and this is the final row of our flower before we assemble the flower. So just continue until there are no stitches remaining and you've completely cast off. Carry on with the cast off and I will meet you at the end of this row. When all of the stitches have been cast off, just leave a long tail, so quite a long tail of yarn. Just snip away and pass that through to secure the very last stitch, like so. And you can see the frill that we have starting to take shape for our flower. That's our petal edge. And we're just going to thread the tapestry needle with the end of that tail. Just thread the needle and we're going to begin to spiral the flower into our shape. So we'll spiral the petals around, coil them together, just continue to wrap them in a spiral around each other. Just place your needle to one side for the moment. Continue to form the shape of your flower until you're happy with the positioning of your petals. And then very carefully take your tapestry needle and just place a stitch right through to the back of the flower to secure the centre. Very carefully turn the flower over. Try to keep everything in place. And when you're happy with the positioning, just place a few holding stitches in the centre. A few small holding stitches to secure the centre of the flower. And then begin to place a stitch through all of your layers. Just catch in the very end of each layer. Just secure that edge, the very final stitch, so it doesn't unravel. And just work your way around the flower. There's no right or wrong way for this, just anywhere that feels like it will secure the flower. Continue placing stitches through all of the edges, all of the layers, right through to the outer edge, and just bring it back in to the centre. And back out to the outer edge and into the centre. That should start to feel more secure. and just fasten off with a few small stitches in the centre, thread your needle through to secure and trim the tail edges. And there we have our Future Dreams knitted flower.